Good morning students. Now we see about the exercise 9.3. So first problem, fourth subdivisions. Evaluate integral 0 to 1 minus x square by 1 plus x square whole square into dx. This is a given integral. Now we will evaluate this. So now you see, now we evaluate the integral 0 to 1 minus x square by 1 plus x square whole power to dx. So now I write the given integral I equal to integral 0 to 1 minus x square by 1 plus x square whole square dx. So here now I substitute x equal to tan theta. So x equal to tan theta means dx by d theta equal to, we differentiate the tan theta. Differentiation of tan is secant square theta. So dx by d theta equal to secant square theta. Therefore dx equal to, just doing the cross multiplication, secant square theta into d theta. So therefore dx equal to secant square theta d theta. So the next step we write, that means here, so next here you write it. Now we change the interval. The intervals x interval is 0 to 1. So I write the functions x equal to tan theta. So x equal to 0 to 1 means now I find out the interval for theta. So I substitute here x equal to 0. So theta equal to tan inverse 0. Tan inverse 0 means tan inverse 0. So tan inverse 0 means 0. So the answer is 0. Next theta x equal to 1. Tan inverse 1 means pi by 4, because tan inverse 1 means tan inverse of tan pi by 4. So we multiply the tan inverse and tan, so 1, so pi by 4. Therefore theta equal to pi by 4. So 0 to 1 means we take the 0 to pi by 4. So secant square theta equal to 1 plus tan square theta equal to secant square theta. So here now I will substitute, that means dx equal to secant square theta means I write that means I write the given integral I equal to integral 0 to 1 minus x square by 1 plus x square whole square dx. So now I substitute integral 0 to pi by 4, 1 minus x value is tan. So x equal tan square theta by 1 plus x value is tan square theta whole square into dx means dx equal to secant square theta d theta. So which implies I equal to integral 0 to pi by 4, 1 minus tan square theta by, here 1 plus tan square theta means secant square theta. So secant square theta whole square into secant square theta. So here secant power 4. So secant square cancelled. So remaining 1 minus tan square theta by secant square theta d theta. Therefore I equal to integral 0 to pi by 4. Now the denominator term divide the each numerator. So 1 by secant square theta minus tan square theta by secant square theta into d theta. So from this, so in the next step, so you see I equal to integral 0 to pi by 4 cos square theta minus tan square theta by secant square theta means we write, that means cos square theta minus tan square theta by secant square theta into d theta. So therefore I equal to integral 0 to pi by 4 cos square theta, tan square theta I write by sin by cos. So sin square theta by cos square theta by secant I write it 1 by cos square theta into d theta. Therefore the next step I write it, that means here you see cos square theta, the denominator cancelled. So cos square theta cancelled. Therefore cos square theta minus sin square theta into d theta. Therefore I equal to integral 0 to pi by 4 cos square theta minus sin square theta into d theta. So which implies I equal to 0 to pi by 4. This is the cos square theta minus sin square theta means cos square a minus sin square a equal to cos 2a. Therefore cos 2a equal to cos square a minus sin square a. Therefore cos 2 theta. Therefore I equal to integral 0 to pi by 4 cos 2 theta d theta. So next I write it, that means now I integrate the cos 2 theta. Integration of cos is sin. So sin 2 theta into the coefficient is 2. So I divide the coefficient. So sin 2 theta by 2. So the limit is 0 to pi by 4. I substitute the limit 1 by 2 into sin 2 theta 0 to pi by 4. Now first I substitute the upper limit. That means sin 2 of pi by 4 minus sin 0. So 1 by 2 into sin, that means the 2 cancelled. Here 2 and 4. So we divided by 2. So sin of pi by 2. Sin of pi by 2 minus sin 0 is 0. So sin pi by 2 is 1. So 1 minus 0, 1. So therefore 1 by 2 into 1 is 1 by 2. Therefore I equal to 1 by 2. This is the answer for our given integral. Now we discuss about the exercise second problem subdivision 1. Integral minus 5 to plus 5 x cos x into e power x minus 1 by e power x plus 1 into dx. So you see, you write the given integral is I equal to I take the given integral I. So I equal to integral minus 5 to plus 5 x cos x into e power x minus 1 by e power x plus 1 into dx. Therefore next I write it, that means f of x, that means you compare the general form of the integral a to b f of x dx. So f of x means this one is the f of x. So x into f of x equal to x cos x e power minus x minus 1 by e power x plus 1. So f of minus x means you substitute x equal to minus x. So f of minus x means minus x cos of e power minus x minus 1 by e power minus x plus 1. So therefore f of minus x equal to minus x cos of, that means e power minus x, I write it 1 by e power x minus 1 by 1 by e power x plus 1. So f of minus x equal to minus x cos of, that means just I doing the cross multiplication. So 1 minus e power x by e power x, 1 plus e power x by e power x. So e power x cancelled. So minus x into cos of 1 minus e power x by 1 plus e power x. So which implies f of minus x equal to minus x cos of, now I take the one minus sign from the numerator, so minus sign, so minus of e power x minus 1 again, so by 1 plus e power x. Cos of minus theta is cos theta, so I write it minus x into cos of e power x minus 1 by 1 plus e power x. This is a given functions, so I write it, so I write that minus of x cos of e power x minus 1 by 1 plus e power x is the f of x. So f of minus x equal to minus f of x. You see, this is the odd functions, because f of minus x equal to minus f of x represent the odd functions. So the odd functions means, so the odd function of my integral minus a to plus a f of x dx is 0 when f of x is odd. Therefore integral minus 5 to plus 5, the odd functions, my x cos x e power minus x minus 1 by e power x plus 1 dx equal to 0, because this is the odd function, this function is odd functions. So the integral value I put to 0. So now we discuss about the exercise 2 second subdivision. Evaluate integral minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 x power 5 x cos x plus tan cube x plus 1 into dx. So now here I write the given integral I equal to, I take the given integral is I. So I equal to integral minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 x power 5 plus x cos x plus tan cube x plus 1 into dx. So now that means I split up the, I take the integral to the every term. So I write it integral minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 x power 5 dx plus integral minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 x cos x dx plus integral minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 tan cube x dx plus integral minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 dx. In the next step, you see, so here this x power 5 is odd functions, because x power minus of x power 5 is minus x power 5, so the minus sign will come. So it is x power 5, because this, you see, the power is odd number, so the x power odd number is odd functions. So it is odd functions means its integration is 0. That means integral minus a to plus a f of x dx equal to 0, since f of x is a odd function. So here x power 5 is a odd function, so its value is 0. Next x cos x, so you substitute both the x cos x means you substitute x equal to minus x, so minus x cos of minus x, you see cos of minus x is cos x, so again minus x, so minus sign, everything is same, x cos x, here also x cos x, but minus minus sign comes, so it is the odd functions, so its integration is also 0. Next tan cube x, so tan of, you substitute x equal to minus x, tan of minus x whole cube, tan of minus x is minus tan x, so minus tan x whole cube means minus tan whole cube x, so again minus sign will come, so it is the odd function, so its integration is 0. So odd functions, its integration comes to 0 here. So here there is no functions, so we cannot able to check it is odd and even, just we integrate this, so therefore we write. But here you see that this is it is, we check it, because here f of x equal to 1, so I substitute f of x equal to 1 means f of minus x equal to 1, so f of x equal to, both the values same, x equal to 1 f of x equal to 1 means f of minus x is also 1. So it satisfies the even conditions, so it is a even functions. This integral is even function. So f of x equal to 1 is a even function. So I write that means the even function means the integral minus a to plus a f of x dx. We write it the 2 times of integral 0 to a f of x dx. Therefore I write it 2 times of integral 0 to a means pi by 2, 0 to pi by 2 dx, which implies we write it I equal to, that means here 2 into integral 0 to pi by 2 dx. So which implies I equal to 2 into integration of dx is x. So 2 into x 0 to pi by 2. So we substitute pi by 2 minus 0. So 2 into pi by 2 minus 0 means we just 2 cancelled pi. Therefore I equal to pi. I equal to pi. This is the answer for our integral. This is a given integral. That means integral minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 x power 5 plus x cos x plus tan cube x plus 1 dx equal to pi. This is the answer. So now we discuss about the second problem, third subdivision. Evaluate integral minus pi by 4 to plus pi by 4 sin square x dx. So I write the given integral is I equal to integral minus pi by 4 to plus pi by 4 sin square x dx. So I write the sin square x is a function f of x equal to sin square x. So the next step, now I check it that this is a, because the integral limit is minus a to plus a, so we check it is even or odd. So f of x equal to sin square x means I write it f of minus x. F of minus x means sine of minus x whole square. That means minus sine x whole square. So minus whole square is a plus sine square x. So f of x answer and f of minus x answer same. So f of minus x equal to f of x, both the answer same. So we conclude that the function is even function. So the function is even function means I equal to integral minus pi by 4 to plus pi by 4 sin square x dx equal to 2 into integral. That means the sin square x even function means we write it, that means minus integral minus pi by 4 to plus pi by 4, we write it in 2 times of integral 0 to pi by 4 sin square x dx. Okay. So in the next step we write it 2 into integral 0 to pi by 4, that means sin square we write it 1 minus cos 2x by 2 into dx. So in the next step we write it integral 0 to pi by 4, the 2 cancelled, 1 minus cos 2x into dx. So now we integrate the 1, integration of the 1 is x minus integration of cos is sine, so sine 2x by 2. That means we substitute the limit 0 to pi by 4. So pi by 4 minus sine of 2 into pi by 4 by 2. So the 2 cancelled. So therefore pi by 4. Next I apply the lower limit. The lower limit is 0. So x equal to 0. 0 minus sine 0 is 0. So 0 minus 0. So you see that means pi by 4 minus sine pi by 2 by 2 equal to pi sine pi by 2 is 1, pi by 4 minus 1 by 2, just doing the cross multiplication. Pi minus, we just doing that means 2 pi, that means we take the LCM is 4. So 4 into, that means LCM 4 means pi minus this. Here you see the first term denominator is 4, so I write the numerator pi, but in the second term denominator is 2, so we convert it into 4. So multiply and divide by 2. 2 by 2 means 2 by 4, so I add the 2 in the numerator, so minus 2, pi minus 2 by 4. This is our answer for our given integral. That means integral minus pi by 4 to plus pi by 4 sin square x dx. This is the answer for that, pi minus 2 by 4. So you see, this is the formula, integral a to b f of x dx equal to integral a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. Next formula, integral 0 to a f of x dx equal to integral 0 to a f of a minus x dx. This is a formula for, these are two formulas. So integral a to b f of x dx equal to integral a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. Next, integral 0 to a f of x dx equal to integral 0 to a f of a minus x dx. So now we discuss about the second problem, 10th subdivision. So that means here you see, so that means second problem, exercise problem, second problem, 10th subdivision. Integral pi by 8, 3 pi by 8, 1 by 1 plus root tan x. This is the question. Here we evaluate this. So I take the I take this given integral is I equal to integral pi by 8 3 pi by 8 dx by 1 plus square root of tan x. In the next step I write it I equal to integral pi by 8 3 pi by 8. So next dx by, that means I write it 1 plus square root of tan x, I write it the sin x by cos x. So next step I write it integral pi by 8 to 3 pi by 8 dx by, just split up the square root in the numerator and denominator, separately write it. So I write it 1 plus square root of sin x by square root of cos x. The next step I cross multiplying the root cos x in the 1. So you write it 1 root of cos x plus root sin x by root cos x. So integral pi by 8 into 3 pi by 8 dx by root cos x plus root sin x by root cos x equal to, which implies I equal to integral pi by 8 to 3 pi by 8 dx. That means this root cos x we write in the, we reciprocal the functions. So I write it root cos x by root sin x plus root cos x into dx. So in the next step integral a to b f of x, here we apply this integral a to b f of x dx equal to integral a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. So here a plus b means we add the a means the limit, lower limit, b means upper limit. So a plus b means here you apply, that means pi by 8 plus 3 pi by 8, we have numerator is denominator is same. So 8 we add the numerator, 3 pi plus pi 4 pi by 8, so pi by 2, a plus b equal to pi by 2. So we write it, that means integral a to b f of x dx equal to integral a to b f of pi by 2 minus x dx. So we substitute pi by 2 minus x means integral pi by 8 3 pi by 8 into square root of cos of, that means we write it cos of pi by 2 minus x by sin of pi by 2 minus x plus square root of pi by 2 minus x into dx. Now the next step, pi by 2 means it represents the first quadrant. In the first quadrant means all the functions are positive. So but we change the functions, cos means sin, we write it, sin means cos, write it, cos means sin, write it. See here, that means we write it, that means I equal to square root of cos of pi by 2 minus x is sin x, sin of pi by 2 minus x cos x. So again cos of pi by 2 minus x is sin x. So the next step we write it integral pi by 2 pi by 8 3 pi by 8 into root sin x by root cos x root sin x dx. So adding 1 and 2, this equation we mark it the equation number 2, already we marked one equation. So adding 1 and 2, so we add the equation 1 and 2, I plus I equal to, that means integral pi by 8 3 pi by 8 root cos x by root sin x plus root cos x dx plus integral pi by 8 3 pi by 8 root sin x by root cos x plus root sin x dx. So the next step you see the integral is common, so I write the integral in the outside. So integral pi by 8 to 3 pi by 8, that means I write it root cos x by root sin x plus cos x plus root sin x by root cos x plus root sin x into dx. In the next step you see denominator is same, so I write the common denominator root cos x plus root sin x, we add the numerator. So root cos x plus root sin x, you see that both the numerator denominator terms are same, so I cancelled this. So I get the answer 2i equal to integral pi by 8 to 3 pi by 8, that means dx. Integration of the dx means x, so x into the limit is pi by 8 to 3 pi by 8. Now I apply the upper limit minus lower limit. So first I apply the that means upper limit 3 pi by 8 minus pi by 8. So the next step you see here there is a denominator same, I take the common denominator 8. So 3 pi minus pi means 2 pi, so 2 pi by 8. So 2 pi by 8 means, that means 8. Now I divide by 2, so 2 1 2s are 2, so 1 by 4 2s are 8. So that means pi by 4, again 2i equal to that, or otherwise here you see 2i equal to 2 pi means 2 cancelled here, this left hand side 2 and right hand side 2 cancelled. So I equal to pi by 8. This is your answer for your given integral. That means your given integral is integral pi by 8 to 3 pi by 8 1 by 1 plus root tan x dx equal to pi by 8. This is your answer. So you see, that means the second problem, fifth subdivision, integral 0 to pi sin power 4x cos cube x into dx. You see here the given integral, I take the I equal to integral 0 to 2 pi sine power 4x cos cube x dx. So now I write it, that means I write it, this is a 0 to 2 pi, that means here 0 to 2a f of x dx equal to 2 into 0 to a f of x. This formula I will apply here. So 0 to 2 pi means I write it 2 into 0 to pi sine power 4x cos cube x into dx. This is the equation number 1. So the next step, now the next step I write it, that means I equal to 2 into 0 to pi sine power 4 pi minus x cos power 3 pi minus x dx. Here integral 0 to a f of x dx equal to integral 0 to a f of a minus x dx. That means f of x I take the a minus x. A means limit, upper limit. So here upper limit is pi, so I substitute x equal to pi minus x. So sine power 4 pi minus x cos power 3 pi minus x dx, which implies I equal to 2 into 0 to pi. That means sine pi means 180 degree. 180 degree it represent the, that means 180 degree it represented by the second quadrant. So in the second quadrant sine are positive. So sine are positive means sine of pi minus x means sine x. So I write sine power 4x. Next cos of pi minus x means minus cos x. So minus cos x whole cube means minus. So 1 minus come for the cos cube pi minus x. So minus cos cube x. So that minus I multiply in the, this is a minus sign come for cos. So minus of sine power 4x cos cube x dx. So the next step, this minus I write in the outside. So minus 2 into integral 0 to pi sine power 4x cos cube x dx. This is the equation number 2. So this is the equation number 1. We add 1 and 2. Now adding 1 and 2. Therefore I plus I equal to 2 times of integral 0 to pi sine power 4x cos cube x dx plus next minus 2 integral 0 to pi sine power 4x cos cube x dx. So which implies I equal to, you see the both the integrals are same. Here 2 into integral 0 to pi sine power 4x cos cube x dx minus 2 into integral 0 to pi sine power 4x cos cube dx. Both the integral are same, so I equal to 0. So I means this is our given integral. That means integral 0 to 2 pi sine power 4x cos cube x dx equal to 0. This is our answer. We calculated the answer. So now we discuss about the exercise, that means exercise problem, second problem, 8th subdivisions. Evaluate integral 0 to 1 log of 1 plus x by 1, that means log of 1 plus x by 1 plus x square. So now we discuss about the second problem, 6th subdivisions. Integral 0 to 1 modulus of 5x minus 3 into dx. So you see modulus of 5x minus 3, we write the conditions that 5x minus 3. We take the positive. When it positive means it is x greater or equal to, that means 5x minus 3. Suppose equal to 0 means x equal to, that means 5x equal to 3, x equal to 3 by 5. So x equal to 3 by 5 means, suppose we take the positive means x greater than or equal to 3 by 5. It take the highest value, so that time we take the, it is positive. Negative means it is a less than value, x less than 3 by 5. So now you see the, this is a diagram. That means 3 by 5, it take the negative value means this is the negative, it goes to negative y axis. It take the positive value means it goes to the positive y axis. That means it this side, positive number side. It goes to the positive x-axis in the positive side. That means y equal to 5x minus 3. This quadrant it take. Okay, so now you see here, that means y equal to 5x minus 3 means 0. That means we take y equal to 0 means we take 0 equal to 5x minus 3. So 5x equal to 3. So x equal to 3 by 5. So after that, so x equal to 3 by 5 means modulus of 5x minus 3, it is a positive means the x values take the highest value. That means greater or equal to 3 by 5. Minus means it take the less than value, x less than 3 by 5. So now integral 0 to 1 modulus of 5x minus 3 dx equal to integral, that means now I write it, that means integral 0 to 3 by, I consider the negative, that means minus of 5x minus 3. So I write it 0 to 3 by 5. So I write it, that means integral 0 to 3 by 5 minus of 5x minus 3 into dx plus. Next it take the positive functions. Positive means 5x minus 3 dx means I take the interval 3 by 5 to 1. so into dx. So the next step I write the minus sign in the outside, so minus of integral 0 to 3 by 5 5x minus 3 into dx plus integral 3 by 5 to 1 5x minus 3 dx. So in the next step you write, so next minus of 5 into, I differentiate the x. Differentiation of x is I integrate the x. The integration of the x is x square by 2. I write it 5x square by 2 minus 3 into integration of 3 is 3x. So I substitute the limit 0 to 3 by 5 plus next here I integrate the 5x. So 5 integration of the x is x square by 2. So 5x square by 2 minus 3 into integration of 3 is, that means constant is 3x. So minus 3x. I substitute the limit 3 by 5 to 1. So the next is next minus of, now I substitute the upper limit 3 by 5. So 5 into 3 by 5 whole square means 9 by 25 by 2 minus, now I substitute x equal to 3 by 5. So 9 by 5 plus next upper limit 1 5 by 2 minus again 3 by 5. So 3 by 5 means here I substitute the, that means 5 by 2 minus I substitute x equal to, that means upper low, here I substitute x equal to 1. So 5 by 2 minus 3 minus, now I substitute the lower limit. The lower limit is, that means 3 by 5. So 5 into 3 by 5 whole square means 9 by 25 by 2 minus 3 into 3 by 5 9 by 5. So in the next step you write it. So the next step is, that means 5 25 cancelled. So 9 by 5 by 2 minus 9 by 5. So in the next step plus here 5 by 2 minus 3 minus, so the 525 cancelled. So 9 by 5 by 2 minus 9 by 5. Here you see this is 2 times minus of minus. So the next step I write it, that means minus 9 by 5 by 2 means 9 by 10. So I multiply the minus sign in the factor. So minus 9 by 10, minus into minus plus 9 by 5. So in the next step I write it plus 5 by 2 minus 3 minus 9 by 10 plus minus into plus, that means minus into minus plus 9 by 5. So in the next step I write it, that means you see there is a 2 times of 9 by 10. So minus of 2 into 9 by 10 means 18 by 10. So in the next step here after that 9 by 5 2 times 2 into 9 by 5 means 18 by 5. So next 5 by 2 minus 3. So next one, now you see now we take the LCM. You see the denominator 10 5 2. So you take the LCM 10. So I write the LCM 10. So every numerator denominator I converted into 10. So you see the first term, the 10 in the denominator, so we add just numerator minus 18. Next you see the second term, that is the denominator is 5, you converted into 10. So multiply and divide by 2. 2 by 2 means 18 into 2 36 by 10. So I add that 36 in the numerator, 36 plus again 2 by 2 means 10 by 4. That means here this 2 converted into 10. So multiply and divide by 5. So 5 by 5 means 25 by 10. So I add the 25. Next again here you see there is no denominator in the 3. So I just we multiply, that means multiply and divide by 10. So 3 into 10 by 10 means minus 30 by 10. That minus 30 I write in the numerator, minus 30. So you see, so every positive numbers I added, that means 36 plus 25. So 30 plus 20 50, so 6 plus 5 11. So 50 plus 11 61 minus again minus 18 plus minus 30, we add it, negative numbers we add it, so minus 48. So we subtract this 48 from the 61 minus 48 is 13 by 10. This is the answer for our given integral. So you see now we discuss about the, that means second problem, 7th subdivision. This is the 7th subdivision, not in the 8th subdivisions. So you see here this is the 7th subdivision, second problem, 7th subdivision. So integral 0 to sin square x sin inverse 1 root t into dt plus integral 0 to cos square x cos inverse minus 1, that means root t into dt. So this is a given integral. So this given integral I take to I. So let I equal to integral 0 to sin square x sin inverse root t into dt plus integral 0 to cos square x cos inverse root t into dt. So the next step, now I write it that this is I1 integral, this is I2 integral. So I write it I1 equal to 0 to integral 0 to sin square x sin inverse 1 root t dt. So now I write it, that means I take t equal to sin square theta. So t equal to sin square theta means I write it dt by d theta, differentiate with respect to theta on both sides. So dt by d theta equal to, I differentiate the sin square theta, 2 sin theta, sin differentiation of a sin means cos theta. So which implies dt by d theta equal to 2 sin theta cos theta means sin 2 theta, we write it. So the next step, now I cross multiply the d theta in the right hand side. So dt equal to sin 2 theta into d theta. Therefore we write it I1 equal to, that means integral here sin square x, the sin square x I take the t. So now I write it, that means here I write first I can now first we find out the limit t limit is 0 to sin square x. So I write it 0 to sin square x. Now we write it the limit for theta. So here I write the functions t equal to sin square theta. So I substitute t equal to 0 here. So theta equal to that means 0, that means sin inverse 0 is 0. I substitute. Next t equal to sin square x, I substitute here sin square x. So theta equal to, its value is x, because sin square x into sin inverse. So we multiply the sin square into sin inverse, we get the answer x. Therefore theta limit is 0 to x. So I substitute I1 equal to, this is the given integral, I1 integral, and now I substitute 0 to sin square x means this is the t limit. Now theta limit means 0 to x. I substitute 0 to x sin inverse of root into t substitution is sin square t. I substitute sin square t. dt means here dt equal to sin 2 theta d theta. So the next step you write it I1 equal to integral 0 to x sin inverse of, that means the square root and the square cancelled, sin theta sin inverse of sin theta, and next sin 2 theta d theta. So I1 into integral 0 to x, next I multiply the sin inverse into sin, so theta into sin 2 theta d theta. Next I2 equal to integral 0 to cos square x cos inverse of root t dt. So t equal to, now I take the t equal to, here the upper limit is cos square x, so I take t equal to cos square theta. So here cos square theta means differentiate with respect to theta. So therefore I write it d theta, dt by d theta equal to 2 into cos theta, differentiate the cos, differentiation of cos is minus sin theta. Therefore dt by d theta equal to minus 2 sin theta cos theta. Therefore d theta by dt by d theta equal to, that means 2 sin theta cos theta, I write it sin 2 theta minus sin 2 theta. I just doing the cross multiplication, dt equal to minus sin 2 theta d theta. So therefore now I substitute in the, now I write the, this is the limit is 0 to x. So I write it here, the t limit is 0 to cos square x, I substitute. So theta limit is 0, so I substitute t equal to 0, then cos theta value is also 0. So next I take the t equal to cos square x. So cos square x means theta equal to cos power minus 2 of cos square x. So we multiply, its value is x. So therefore the theta limit is 0 to x. This is your answer. So now I substitute, that means I substitute here 0 to here, that means here the limit, that means t equal to 0 means t equal to 0 means here theta equal to cos power minus 2 of 0, that means cos of 0 means it is the, its value is pi by 2. So here pi by 2 will come, theta equal to pi by 2 x. So here pi by 2 will come, so pi by 2 of x cos inverse of square root, here we substitute the functions, this is a I2 integral, I substitute, that means pi by 2 x cos inverse of the t substitution is here t equal to cos square theta into dt value is dt equal to minus sin 2 theta d theta. So the next step, square root and square cancelled, therefore cos inverse of cos theta into minus sin 2 theta d theta. So the next step we write it, that means integral pi by 2 x cos inverse of, that means cos theta into minus sin 2 theta d theta. So therefore I2 equal to minus of integral pi by 2 x theta into sin 2 theta d theta, which implies I2 equal to, now this minus sign, again we interchange the limit. So interchange the limit means again one minus sign multiplications. So minus into minus, integral x2 pi by 2 theta sin 2 theta d theta. So minus into minus plus, therefore I2 equal to integral x2 pi by 2 theta sin 2 theta d theta. Therefore this is I1 plus I2. So I equal to, the I1 integral is integral 0 to x theta sin theta d theta plus integral x2 pi by 2 theta sin 2 theta d theta. Therefore xx, here you see the 0 takes x2 pi by 2. So I club the interval, that means 0 to pi by 2 theta sin theta, because the integrator is same, the function is same. So in the next step I write it, that means f of theta equal to sin 2 theta. So from this, here I apply this formula, that means integral 0 to a x f of x dx equal to a by 2 integral 0 to a f of x dx. So x f of x dx means here f of pi by 2 minus theta equal to, I substitute in the function sin of 2 into pi by 2 minus theta. So pi by 2 minus theta means 2 into pi by 2 minus theta means I just multiply the 2 in the angle. So 2 into pi by 2 pi minus 2 theta, you see 180 degree. So 180 degree minus 2 theta in the second quadrant, we rotate from the downward. So from the downward, so pi minus 2 theta represent the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, sine and cosine only positive, remaining terms, remaining functions are negative. So sine of pi minus 2 theta equal to sine 2 theta. Therefore sin 2 theta means it is the f of theta. Therefore f of pi by 2 minus theta equal to f of theta. Both the function are same. So both the function are same means we take these conditions. That means we take this property, before that f of a minus x equal to f of x. Both the answers are same, then only we will take this result. So here also f of pi by 2 minus theta equal to f of theta. So we take this integral. I take this integral. Therefore I equal to integral 0 to pi by 2 sin 2 theta d theta equal to, now I differentiate the sign. Differentiation of sign is cos minus cos 2 theta by 2, limit is 0 to pi by 2. Next minus 1 by 2. Now I substitute the upper limit, cos of 2 into pi by 2 minus cos, minus again I'll substitute the lower limit is 0. So minus cos 0. So cos 0 by 2. So now here you see this 1 by 2 I take the outside. So minus 1 by 2 into cos of 2 into upper limit pi by 2 minus lower limit cos 0. Here this is 0 will come. So next minus 1 by 2 into 2 cancelled, cos pi minus here cos 0. This is the cos 0. So in the next step minus 1 by 2, cos pi means minus 1. Cos 0 means 1. So minus 1 minus 2. So minus 1 by 2 into minus 2. 2 cancelled. So plus 1. This is therefore I equal to 1. This is our answer. So our given integral equal to 1. You see the second problem, 9th subdivision, integral 0 to pi x into sin square of sin x plus cos square of cos x into dx. This is a given integral. So I write it, f of x equal to sin square of sin x plus cos square of cos x. So I substitute that f of pi minus x. So because this is you see this type is integral 0 to a x into f of x type. So f into that means this type, that means integral 0 to a x into f of x dx equal to a by 2 integral 0 to a f of x dx. This property true for when means f of a minus x equal to f of x. So we check it, that means this is a f of x. So now a minus x means here a equal to pi, so f of pi minus x. So now I substitute x equal to pi minus x. So sin square of sin pi minus x plus cos square of cos of pi minus x. Therefore sin square of sine of pi minus x. Sine of pi minus x means pi minus x represents the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, sine and cosine only positive. So we write it sine of pi minus x means sine x plus cos square. Cos of pi minus x means minus cos x. So the next step, right, we multiply this sine square x into sine x plus cos square x into cos of, that means cos of minus theta cos theta. So cos square x into cos x. So we write it f of pi minus x equal to f of x. So we write f of pi minus x equal to f of x means here, that means both this here the functions are same. This is also f of x. So both the function f of pi minus x answer and f of x answer same. So from this we take this property integral 0 to a, this condition satisfy, then only we take this. Otherwise it is not equal to means we cannot able to take this. So but here in this problem this condition satisfied, f of pi minus x equal to f of x. So I take this property integral 0 to a x f of x dx equal to a by 2 integral 0 to a f of x dx. I substitute integral 0 to pi x into sine square of sine x plus cos square of cos x dx equal to, that means a by 2, a value is pi by 2 integral 0 to pi, that means the given function is here, the given function is x into, that means f of x means this is a f of x sine square of sine x plus cos square of cos x into dx. So the next step, this next pi by 2 into 2 times of, that means I write it the 0 to pi, I write it the 2 times of 0 to pi by 2 sine square of sine x plus cos square of cos x. Because this function is the even function, so I write the given function is, because you change x equal to minus x, sine of minus x minus sine x. So sine square means whole square, we put it the whole square. So minus of whole square means plus, again cos of minus x is cos x. So the sign change, we substitute the x equal to minus x, but the given function does not change, so it is the even function. So even function means we write it 2 into 0 to pi by 2 sine square of sine x plus cos square of cos x dx. The even function condition means integral 0 to minus a2 plus a f of x dx equal to 2 times of integral 0 to a f of x dx. This is the even function condition. So therefore pi into integral 0 to pi by 2 sine square of sine pi by 2 minus x plus, now in these functions only I substitute x equal to pi by 2 minus x. So next cos square of cos x, the second term we take as it is, there is no change. First term only I consider x equal to, I substitute x equal to pi by 2 minus x. So sine of pi by 2 minus x means here, that means it represent the pi by 2 minus x represent the first quadrant. In the first quadrant all functions are positive, but sine 90 degree we change the trigonometric. Sine means we take the cos, so you write it sine square of cos x plus cos square of cos x dx. So in the next step you write it. So this is therefore you see cos square of cos x, so sine square of cos x. You see this is sine square theta plus cos square theta. We know that the cos x is, we take the theta, so sine square theta plus cos square theta means 1. Therefore we take this function answer is 1. Therefore integral, that means pi into integral 0 to pi by 2 dx. So integration of the dx is x. So x into, we substitute the limit 0 to pi by 2. So pi by 2 minus 0 means pi by 2. So pi square by 2. This is the answer for our given integral. We complete the class.